Hello, everyone. Welcome to Countless Heroes. And fuck you to my players.
Love you, Logan.
We love you, Logan.
I've been dying from a coughing fit,
don't
and then I
kill
finally
us.
get set. They're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, here's a bunch of laughs right before you start." Okay, the audio's working because I didn't check that before clicking over, so that's good. Thank you all for joining us, both of you. I'm sure that it'll be an exciting evening. And hi, guys. How are you all?
It's con time almost.
Yep. Getting nervous
Yeah, that's
about
why
that.
we're getting
Yo.
con cred early in this house, I think.
I really love the fact that I'm the one who goes to a shit ton of cons, and I'm just like, I'm not going, and y'all are just like, yes.
The balance.
The
Well, I think
balance
we
is
are
restored.
we are looking at 8 to 10 cons a year as our goal. Half of those will be local, then half will be destination. So next year will be we'll ramp up to 6 or 8. And then the following year, well, it'll probably be less the following year because we'll start attending them. And unless we find a way to start making money at these cons, then it'll probably be less.
I'm planning on boothing eventually, so just tag along with my booth. It's fine.
So anyway, we'll talk more about the conventions later. For now, let's go ahead and start Kala's Heroes. So our players, that would be you guys, by the way, in case you weren't sure.
Wait, what?
We play?
We
Wow.
play
What?
something? What
What?
are we
Do
supposed
this?
to be doing?
What game is
I didn't agree to this.
this?
I thought this was
Is this
therapy.
That too.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yes, it is therapy. D&D is a very good therapy for a lot of people. It's for me.
Me too.
Is for me. Same.
So our Countless Heroes. Well, last time we saw them, they were dealing with a lot of bullcrap. God, it's been 3 days. See, we just need a game every day, I guess, because I lose the story after 3 days. That's why I do 5 days a week, is because then I can keep things in my head.
You
Well,
should have watched.
You, watched our show last
I
night.
did
You
watch
should
your
have
show
watched
last
Countless
night.
Chronicles last night, Logan.
And then I had to work.
And I was a guest
my
on the recent
brain
episode.
wipes. It was actually a really good episode last night, especially if you're into shipping characters, because that was the last 20, 30 minutes of the show.
we were
but
having
overall-
fun.
Oh wait, I didn't see this. I'm going to need to know about that, says the resident shipping artist.
Well, you better go watch the show then, or be a guest next week.
Yes!
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks.
I'll do
2 weeks.
2 weeks from
I'll
next
do
week.
it.
It's the Monday we come back from Rose City, though.
Yep.
Ooh, we'll have to make that interesting. We'll see what time we get back from
I
Rose
don't-
City.
I
Yeah.
can't imagine. Well, latest we'll be leaving is like probably what, 8 a.m. So
If I can go back
Yeah,
to working my
probably.
retail job after standing in a booth and talking to people for 5 days at San Diego Comic Con, I'm pretty sure you could easily run a
would've called
show
in sick,
for
but that's
2
just me.
hours.
But then
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
I'd never be stuck in a retail job like that. Okay, we're getting away from what we're supposed to be getting away from. Anyway, sorry. So we
That's
will
'cause we
be
don't wanna
not talking
face
about
what's
shipping
gonna
characters
happen.
tonight.
No, Chad
Uh,
already is. It's all good.
OT3.
We
OT3.
will
I'm
not be-
sorry?
we will not be talking
Anywho,
about Pinball Cart. And we will not be talking about anything like that. So the characters, besides dying from coughing fits, they had met a few new friends. 3 new Goa. They were created in a way that no Goa has ever been created before, through the sacrifice of a human. They discovered a little bit more about the drug that made it happen, and we're getting to the point now, unfortunately, I just can't recap everything. If there's new people, I apologize. We have recaps of all the shows written. If you're a reader, you can go watch them. You can watch the shows. We literally have every possible way except pure audio that you could see to recap these. We're just getting to that point where I can't explain the Goa every single time and everything, but I will this time. The Goa are basically living statues. They're created by sculpting this special magical material called air shale and then imbuing it with magic and life through a very complicated ritual. In this case, it was done through drugs. So the drugs came from basically decomposing air shale, which doesn't happen. It's not something that's ever existed before in this world, at least as far as anybody knows. That's the gist of it. The three of them are now over in the. Sorry for my coughing. The three of them are now over in the Temple District. And the other fun thing that happened in the Temple District is last time the players, the characters went to the Temple District and found at the Temple of Golflim, which is the disease and poison and death god. They discovered that in the basement of this abandoned temple, as all the temples are in the Temple District right now, in the basement there was all of the Nocturne, who were the King's Guard and are basically the people responsible for taking control of the entire city and keeping all of the really crazy laws in check. They stand about 8 feet tall, a little taller, full metal suits, full plate, and they have masks and they cover their face completely, including some sort of black shroud. All the skin is covered by chainmail or cloth. So nobody can tell one from another. They don't speak really, or that anybody has ever heard. And they had not been seen for a few days. They got a premonition from their friend, whatever that is his name. At least that's all he's ever given. A sort of brooding, like to an extreme sort of poet who likes to tell them bad poetry that they started to discover comes true. They followed one of these premonitions to the Golflim Temple, found all the Nocturne, at least as many as they've ever seen, 100 of them, standing 10 by 10, kind of marching in the basement, along with a couple of buddies of theirs. Well, they didn't know they were buddies of theirs, but this weird arcane gunslinger group that exists, they discovered existed a few days ago, who came looking for the Goa. And on top of all that off, two other things that will probably be relevant, because we're gonna have to start doing that a little bit because plots are starting to follow certain characters. There was the murder of a captain's bosun last week or the week before out on the in the Crescent docks, and the murder postings have been around town looking for any information. In addition to that, Owen was handed a package by this gentleman before he was murdered that had some sort of weird sort of powder in it. Right? It was some sort of kind of compressed powder, right?
Yep, it was just a. I think that was the only description given.
Is it good? Are we good? Yeah, we dropped a few frames. I'm not sure what's going on with that. It happened last night too, but after about 10 minutes, guys, I didn't have any problems with the stream for the rest of the night. So give it a bit, and if it keeps happening, we'll figure something out.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So as always, my first question is there anything that you guys want to follow up on from previous sessions?
Yes. Pesk, since her lightning scarred incident, has been spending a lot less time at the Divine Foundry and has been avoiding Afra. Not really wanting Afra to see what happened, and has been spending a lot more time at Owen's clinic, volunteering her time, doing what she can. She feels bad that we are always there to investigate something and not actually to help. So she's spending her time there being a cleric, using her healing abilities as much as she can to actually help people.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, Soxy actually would also be helping out at the clinic because she also felt really bad about Holly's comment the other day about how we're always around and we don't ever do anything. So she doesn't have as much healing ability, but she could move people. She can help change bandages and stuff like that. So she probably would have been doing that as well.
All right.
You go.
So, if I remember correctly, there has been an even further increase of patients in the last couple of days, or in the last week or so. So I think,
well, not necessarily of patients, but of patients that have been taking the drug. Yes.
I think he's probably I think Owen over the last couple of days has actually been arranging and organizing to have an extra, like, essentially room add on to the clinic. He feels like it needs to be larger. They need to be able to handle emergencies. He's like,
The most you've gotten to is probably about 8 beds. 2 or 3 of the people who are like really pushing the line, kind of overdosing a little bit, need some actual care, and then upwards of 3 to 5 of the people who are just had a little bit too much and just are kind of freaking out about it, and just need a place to kind of sleep it off. They don't need anywhere near as much care, and quite a few of them also have a tendency to come in and help out as needed now and then.
and he would also have spent the time repairing the hole in his office and reinforcing the general building.
Pesk is not using luster restoration on anyone, or although she will use it cure wounds every now and again if someone is really, really bad.
Okay. Well, Nathan?
So because I'm not as tied to this storyline, and there was something that did happen with stuff, he's going to try to get into more contact with Anika or Anika.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Anika.
Is it Anika? And he's gonna try to just do like lunch with her to get to know her better. He would have been doing that, just kind of following up and asking her questions about the situation, things like that, to see how he might be able to help rectify it in any way.
She wouldn't have time for lunch. She could do tea though, or something, just something
Tea would
quick.
be lovely, yes.
But for the most part, with that conversation, she talks a lot of business, mostly about what she's looking for. A lot of what kind of she almost puts as what she expects to see happen, and almost everything she wants or needs is going to stem down to you convincing your uncle to make the changes necessary. All right.
Gabby's
Anyone
thinking,
else?
I think.
Yeah, Gabby's thinking of if Saldana's going to do what I'm thinking that she might want to do.
If you need time to
I
decide.
can hear it, Joe.
So, Pip, since discovering the nocturne in the temple, will have spent the few days in between doing what he normally does. Basically, no change from his normal daily behavior of working down at the docks, talking to the proprietors of Tip to Tail, just keeping an ear to the ground to see. Keeping an ear to the ground to see what rumors might be moving around the city, what might be floating around scuttlebutt, to see if there's any talk that the group might not have heard yet about their discovery.
Okay. Nothing right off. I'm going to have to come back on that one.
With that reminder, Kyle, because that's actually a good point. Saldana would do her best in the Pearl District side, and with just some of the powers that her family has. Gabby doesn't know how much power her family has, but she would try and learn more about the Nocturne, just about their general. See if she can have a more detailed idea of their history, their possible creation. If that was lock and key, then oh well. But and try and listen to any rumors that people of the Pearl District might have about the Nocturne missing, or anything like that.
Ooh, that reminds me. There's one other thing Soxy would want to do, unless you're planning on having us do it today in session, which is tell Pinball about the Nocturne in the Temple District, because he was going Nocturne hunting the last time we had seen him, and she doesn't want her Oshin's pseudo boyfriend or whatever we're considering him to
Suitor boyfriend?
Yeah,
Pseudo boyfriend.
I don't know what they're categorizing themselves as yet. I'm
I
not.
mean,
a
I
Together.
could be very vulgar and frank and just say "fuck, buddy," but I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said pseudo boyfriend because I don't know what the level is, so it leaves it vague.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, I mean, Pimble has 4 levels to his tower, so I assume at least once on each of the 4, and then no.
Once
If-
in the slide because prestidigitation gets you cleaned up at the
Oh,
bottom.
that's true. It
Exactly.
would clean you up at the end.
And it does have that grace spell built in, so
Hey, y'all, can we not?
Oh, okay. Sorry, everyone. Have we mentioned that we're not safe for work as a stream?
Yeah, they all had to click the button.
Y'all realize that I'm a not safe work artist, y'all.
Okay.
yes.
Fuel me.
Anywho,
Don't
Don't
fuel you.
Don't fuel.
What are you doing in this game then?
fuel,
This
We
game
didn't
is
start
two
the
things.
fire.
It's spicky fuel and it's nightmare fuel. That's about it.
The only 2 fuels that I care about, to be quite honest.
Specifically, they're Gabby's nightmares fuel.
Yeah,
Get
lately.
fucked.
Lately, anyway.
Also, I did get a question about
You
my
know,
mug.
Torch-
Yes,
Oh, go ahead.
my mug does indeed say #1 dad.
I was gonna say, Torch got all the goodies last game. Very little Torch in there.
Was that
okay,
a Tolus
Chelsea, if you're
reference?
watching, that's a Tolus reference. So go ahead and mark
Yep,
that.
Yeah,
You're right,
Yeah,
it is.
she
It
is
is
watching, yeah.
absolutely
She is
a Tolis
watching.
reference.
Yeah.
When is she not? Let's be real, y'all.
When she sleeps. Like when she has work to do
Yeah.
and stuff. And
Or
like,
school.
Life.
Like a normal
school.
person.
Yeah, silly normals.
What is school?
Anyway, game.
Anywho,
It's
game.
shul.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Does Saldana find out anything with trying
So,
to find?
the majority of what you find out is early on the king, especially from some of the people you know a little bit longer. I don't know that you're getting a lot of information from necessarily the nobles, but because of who you are, you can get a little bit of information. The best you get is early on. The king was looking for. This was years and years and years and years and years ago, probably 40 years ago. When he first became king, he started to look for palace guards, and he did a call out for the biggest and brightest and tallest, and he got them. He got a lot of them. He actually got people Goliaths and made some rumor about him making a deal with one of the Goliath tribes from the mountains to have warriors come down for him as tribute, but also as part of some sort of deal. So you kind of connect a little bit there. Other than that, the armor itself, you've heard is some sort of magic, and that you've learned that magic doesn't quite work perfectly on it. That somebody tried to attack one time, and it seemed to almost eat the spell that was used. There's one other thing. What was the last thing you said? There was a couple things towards the end there. Oh, where they might have gone, they have no idea. They didn't even know they were missing. They don't.
Okay.
They don't come to this district. So,
Yeah, she figured that would have. She figured that would have been the case.
was there something right before that? What else were you asking?
Just her doing the research, just in general about the nocturne.
That's the majority of what you get. So, Pip, you were looking at rumors about the Nocturne, etc. The idea that the Nocturne disappear every once in a while for a short time, that's not unheard of. They suggest the idea is that they may have some sort of training they do with the king at the palace for a week or so, and they have a tendency to just kind of vamoose. Years ago, they found out that this was the perfect week to do it because there was a lot of people on the street that are completely willing to kind of go rogue and support the king and do his protect the laws themselves. However, there's something else you discover, Pip, is that during this time of the year, you can't be bothered with the mortgage man. And if anybody gets that joke, I'll send them a Nerdsmith pin. See, I knew that one. This time of the year is the perfect time to actually kind of break the rules a little bit. If you think you can be intimidating enough and pushy enough to convince and willing to say things that you probably aren't true, if you can convince some of these rogue groups that are prowling the streets at night looking to enforce the law that they're breaking of the curfew, you can actually get away with being out in the street. You just have to make it look like you're doing the same thing. And you can actually prowl around and get away with doing things on the street at night. It is risky. You might get beaten up, but usually it's not life threatening. You've never heard of anybody dying from it, or the people that are telling you this have never heard of anybody dying from it. But for now, until the end of the Lady Ina celebration and the end of the anti-A Lady Ina celebration, so basically till the 14th of Kasdan, I believe.
Trelaris.
Not
Trelaris. The
We're
12th.
past Kasdan.
I don't remember what it is.
Today is the last day of Kasdan. So it's Trelaris.
But it's not the 14th because we've got 3 extra days. So it's not the 14th.
It would actually be, because I
The
did
11th?
it based on, it would be
No, it would be the 17th.
7. So I will update that. I will update that because I forgot I was going 30 days when I was putting that out. So I will update the calendar to reflect that date is actually the, what did we say, 17th of
17th.
Trelaris?
I think so because I think tomorrow is the 1st of Talaris, right? Where this
Yeah.
campaign is actually real time, so every day that goes by, at least right now it is, probably won't be that way forever, but every day, because of how tense things are, every day that goes by in the real world, a day goes by in our game. So tomorrow is
At least.
at least. Well, that's for, I just said for now, that's how it's going to be. So for possibly we'll skip some time in the future, but probably for the next month or so till we get out of the first arc, that's the way it's going to be. Just because it's the tenseness of building up to this. So all right, so that's what you get. Pip the 17th, I believe. Whatever game we're playing on the 14th of next month is that day. Our month, not this month. Confused yet? Okay.
Ooh.
So it's the 17th in game, the 14th out of game.
Correct.
Yay.
That won't be confusing.
Well, we thought it'd be
Right.
like, oh, the first month we can just keep day for day, and then I realized that's gonna be a pain in the ass later on. But oh well, because we're on a 28 day month in the game because I like to keep the calendar simple. So the first is always a Sunday.
That's messy.
Well,
Fixed.
Just stop talking in the real world month. Just tell everyone that tomorrow is the 1st of Talaris, and that's how you're going to live your life from now.
There we go. That'll work.
I
You
have
don't-
to
you don't
date
touch, like,
medical
wildfire.
records at work.
I have to date
That's
legal
long.
First
records
of
at work.
Talaris.
Can you imagine me
first of
taking
Talaris.
something to the courts tomorrow, dated the 1st of Trelaris, and try to get them to file endorse it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Or
what wouldn't happen.
Sending records to
The
another
first of
hospital
Trelalis,
that say
$11.99.
it's the 28th of Kasdan, 11.99.
The 11.99 is what's gonna get them. Nothing else.
Gonna party like it's 11.99.
Hey, that's one reference for the Prince chart.
Well, it is a chart topper.
Damn it, that was actually
It's a top 40 joke. I mean,
Dungeons and
Eddie-
Dragons.
all right. Tuesdays are always slow rolling.
Got to get back into it.
Very slow.
This is what we get for taking 2 days off. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but if we don't take 2 days off, all of us are going to have brain fry.
You guys won't. I will. Okay, the scribes will. The
Tessa
scribes
and
will.
Tessa and I have watched almost every single session.
Well, because you're crazy.
Well,
I
and
have
because we're
watched
taking
most of
notes.
them.
So you can stay out after curfew.
Alrighty, Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and
Durgins and
Dragons.
Durgins.
Okay, so
Archer.
If that-
Derp.
if that's all Saldana finds out,
That's all. I'm sorry. Was that not enough seating information?
Anywho,
Okay, so we meet up at the Beer Forge.
No,
meet up at.
Beer Forge.
I
The
think
tea garden.
The tea garden.
that's what I was gonna say. I think we.
Oh, yeah.
I was about to clarify if we all
Bramble nut.
agreed that we were going to
World's
stop going to the
tallest
Beer
apple.
Forge just because celebrations were annoying for all parties involved.
Yeah, we don't want to hear
Um,
people drunkenly singing the king's praises.
Yeah, we don't want Nathan to almost start another bar fight.
But we do need to keep
I
in
was
mind
very
that
proud
we
of
can't.
you.
We do
I
need to keep
didn't.
in mind that we can't talk freely at the tea garden.
Fair.
I mean,
Well,
we had a
you
hard
can't
time
talk freely
talking
at the beer
freely at the
garden right
beer
now.
forge.
The beer forge right now.
The beer garden?
The beer
No,
garden.
the beer garden.
Beer
is
garden.
They merged when you weren't looking.
The beer garden.
I know. I was very, very impressed
Yeah.
with you, Caden. I was shocked that I told Tessa right before. I said, "There's going to be a bar fight tonight." She goes, "Oh yeah." I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh yeah." I said, "Caden's going to start it." So, and you almost did. It was this close. I just knew it was going to push
Listen.
Nathan's buttons. That's all.
He has a lot of buttons to push, to be honest. So
That's what I hear.
All
All
right.
right.
Those fancy jackets.
Yep.
So yeah, if
no man.
we're meeting at the tea garden, Saldana would not be changing into her common clothes because she knows that's a place that's a bit of a hotspot for a few nobles as well. So she's gonna stay in her. She'll dress a little more like simple as she can for her
Simple
station,
noble.
but she's not dressed as a commoner. She's dressed as a noble who's just trying to look simple.
Casual bougie.
Casual bougie.
There you go.
Yeah. Nathan's
Extra
wearing
with
the
a
same.
little E.
Cash
Yeah, Nathan's wearing what he normally wears. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't fucking care. There are two types of nobles.
To be fair, Nathan hasn't almost died because someone didn't stab him because he's a noble.
This is true.
That's fair.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what that's like.
Well, that Nathan doesn't really dress super bougie. He doesn't.
I don't think Saldana would choose to if she had a.
Oh,
She
no,
doesn't
absolute-
choose. Her clothes
No,
are
I
picked for her.
Oh, baby.
She doesn't
Anyway,
get to really
yeah.
shop for herself.
The tea garden.
No, not
Yes,
quite.
sorry.
So, Saldana, you're
Oh.
about to leave your house.
Oh, boy.
Oh no.
How are you leaving your house?
That's a dangerous question. Just going to leave through the front door. She has her book bag with her journal, her wrapped up Bible to her God, and a couple of other books again to try and throw people off the scent.
All right. Front door. That's what I need. And now I got something in mind. Good God, it's not my night. Instant karma for what's about to happen.
Oh no.
So, the heck's his name?
Are you
Tybalt?
talking to my butler,
Stokes.
my father?
Stokes.
Okay, Stokes.
He's like a stoat. That's why I named him.
Oh,
Stokes.
bugbear stoat.
The bugbear stoat. Stokes. I'm stoked. Stokes is at the front door, almost like he's guarding it. He's just kind of standing in front of it. You never see him just kind of hang out there. Yes, that's up.
Just really, really important for a second. Did
Uh-huh.
you guys know that bugbears could taste through their feet? And I'm done.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
very important. Yes,
this is very
Sorry.
topical for today's episode.
I'm so
That's a
sorry.
crossover.
I had to
That's-
say it.
That's one reference to Wand. I don't think our own shows count because that'll never stop. WAND Radio. Watch the
So-
episode today. You'll know what we're talking about.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
So Stokes is guarding the door.
He's not guarding it, but he's like dusting around it and like you know just like standing in front of it.
Trying to seem casual, like trying to
Like-
make himself busy around it.
Yeah, like he's just making sure that nobody goes through this door. Maybe
The
this
rug
might-
needs constant adjustment.
Oh boy.
Polishing the
Yeah.
brass.
As you're coming down the
So-
stairs, he's dusted the same spot like 6 times.
Saldana's gonna play it off like she's not really paying attention and try to go through the door.
As you come up to the door, he looks at you. Never gonna remember this.
It was like, ladies, Saldana, or
Yes.
something like that.
My brain is off. Okay, Lady Sildana. It's not that. That is the wrong one. But we're going with it.
It was
Lady
very
Sildana.
Abe's.
It was like Abe's, Lady Sildana. It's hard to say Sildana, though. Sildana, your mother wished to speak to you. You wish I will take you to her.
Um, any, did she mention why?
I do not pry to your mother's business. God.
I, of course. Go ahead.
So he'll lead you upstairs to her room. And he opens the door, and she's sitting at her desk there. She's got this very nice, very intricate, beautifully carved desk that she sits at, and it's got two chairs across the way. She stands up as you come into the room, like she always does. And Stokes just kind of nods and shuts the door behind him as he leaves. Going out?
Yeah, yes.
Let's talk for a moment before you do. I won't keep you too long.
Of course. What is this about?
Who are you going to meet? And she sits down after you, as you do.
I'm just going to the tea garden with some associates.
Your friends from the party.
A couple of them. Some other ones.
Do I know these other ones?
I believe Nathaniel Brill said he was going to be there, and one other, two others whom you have yet to meet.
I see. Will Lark be there?
I don't believe he was available to meet today. I hate you, Logan, so much.
Oh, interesting. Well, speaking of the party, how did you think it went?
As well as our other ones do, I suppose.
Oh, that bad, huh?
No, it was fine. It went well. There were many important guests there.
Yes,
Everything
and
went-
many important young men who I believe you yelled at.
No, I didn't. I
Several of them were turned away, turned off by your attitude, but a few of them seemed to think it was a quality they were interested in. Was there anyone who you fancied?
it was many faces and names couldn't properly process. Mother,
So,
what
Donna,
is this?
stop stammering. He stands up. I hate it when you stammer. I am asking a simple question. Any of those men who are there would be perfect for you. You need to start moving on with your life. You need to get married soon. Were any of them acceptable? Yes or no? I know you're not used to me asking your opinion, but you're running out of time.
I suppose a few were appropriate.
I would like a list by tonight. At least 5 names, their qualities that you find attractive and accepting, and reasons why you think they would make a good match for our family. I am going into final negotiations with another family as well tonight.
Do I know this family?
Yes,
I'll have a list by tonight, Mother.
Excellent. Go. Be with your friends.
Saldana just curtsies and she just hurries out.
As you get to the door, she stops, or she says, "How do you feel about Tybalt?"
He's a high-standing member of the Pearl District. He's well respected. I don't interact with him too much, so I don't have too much of a personal opinion.
Their family needs strengthening right now. They've done a lot for our family over the years. Add him as a 6th to your list, please. And she just goes back to what she was doing.
And Saldana is just rushing out of her home and just doing very hard to, she's doing pretty well to blink back the tears as she's rushing out of her home.
As you get downstairs, your father is coming into the room, into the lobby, and he says, "Oh, I thought I heard you. Are you all right?"
Yes, I'm fine.
"Oh, my dear. Boy trouble, I'm sure," and kisses your forehead. "I got you something." And he pulls out a very small little package, and he hands it to you. You seem to like them, so I bought you one.
She opens it.
Inside is a brilliant mithril chain, very thin, but it is definitely mithril chain. At the end of it, a small but perfectly formed pearl.
Just looking at it, because this is Gabby now thinking mechanics-wise.
Yes, easily. Do you like it?
I love it. And she hugs him.
He hugs you back. All right. Scamper on. To be 80 again. And he just kind of starts walking off.
Damn it.
She'll hurry. Mood's a little better now. She puts on the necklace and she'll head out.
Excellent. Nathan,
Hi!
you didn't think you were getting away, did you?
That was a roller coaster of emotions.
I really hope you guys could read my lips as I was screaming silently to myself.
I wasn't okay.
We all were.
I wasn't looking at it because I was so in character, but
No,
I could
yeah,
see
sweetheart.
reactions out of.
Yes, Logan, my dear DM, my father.
Nathan.
My father. Yes, Dad.
Father-in-law, maybe, someday.
Father-in-law, yeah.
Yes,
Dad.
My brain went out. So as you are preparing, you start coming downstairs in your home. You finished whatever you're doing upstairs. You walk by your brothers and sisters' rooms, of course. You, although as the one room of your youngest, always brought tears, as they all did, or at least sad thoughts every day, you now get to picture Rosie enjoying her dress and wearing it everywhere all the time. So there's a little bit of sweetness to that, the bitterness of that room now. As you get to finish up and you start coming downstairs, walking past the statues around the staircase that are all covered in tarps and the light layer of dust that is collecting on things because no one has been here to clean. And you head into the kitchen, probably to grab a quick bite before you head out for the day. Your uncle is in the sitting room, and you hear him bellow out, "Nathan!"
This is the hate
sorry.
every noble that shows
Nathaniel,
up.
Yes, Uncle.
come speak with me.
He's gonna walk over. He's gonna stop muttering
And
as
it's,
soon as he gets into earshot.
Oh yeah. So you head into the room there through the door that well, you didn't know, but people were eavesdropping on you at a while back. The same place where he confirmed, at least for everyone else, what the plan had been. He is sitting nine-ish in the morning with a half full brandy sniffer. Your probably your
As you do.
father's. And he's sitting there just sipping on it and swirling it, being pretentious with it. It is one of the most pretentious drinks around. And after he motions for you to sit down,
Which he does. You cold?
we need to find some way to spruce up your image.
Spruce up my image.
Your damn it, boy. You
Is it the scrub?
Have-
You want me to shave?
you have nothing here. Yes, that would be very nice, actually. Cut your hair, shave, change your clothes, wear something decent for a change. You have nothing here. You're the all the power that once existed here in the city is gone. The Brell family is dying here, and you have nothing to show for it. And you've done nothing to make any effort to work towards rebuilding it. You just doodle around on your art all day.
What point are you trying to make here?
I am losing the ability to get you an engagement. You didn't even go to the last party.
I'm not exactly the partying type, but thanks though.
If you want the Brell name to still be a name in this city, in the next year, you need to marry a rich family. Otherwise, you're just going to be some urchin on the street, or you're going to be living with me in my town, and I don't want that any more than you do.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right about that. I don't want that.
So,
Not to
do
mention,
you want to destroy your family's legacy? You want them to have died for nothing? Is that it? Or do you
they
want the
died
name
because
to-
they were murdered.
This again. If they had not been standing up, if they had not been where they were, they had no business
Preston,
being
don't.
there. He just takes a sip.
You have
Nathaniel?
no right to talk about them like that.
Nathaniel, your name will mean nothing in a year's time. And your name is my name. You need to figure it out. I have convinced... shit, I lost... What's Sildana's last name?
Arias.
Sarasis. God damn it.
Rasis! Damn it, I was close.
I was like, I thought it was Sarias. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Rasis.
No, it's Arasis.
Oh, Rasis.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Okay. Sorry. I don't have it in front of me. My notes aren't open.
That's what she'll have if we keep forgetting their last name.
Sass Rasis.
Our asses.
I have convinced Lady Arasis to meet with me one more time tomorrow to discuss my bid for her. Not a bid like frickin' eBay.
Yeah, I know. That's why he's.
It's a bid as in I'm bidding. Never mind.
I get what you were trying to say, Logan.
I was going.
No, go ahead.
Saldana was the one going
Oh,
crazy.
keep on going.
No,
Finish that thought.
Nope. My bid for Saldana's hand for you. You need to do something to step up the chances in the next 24 hours. Do you understand? I don't have any other options for you.
You're acting as though that Saldana would be a bad option.
No, I think Saldana would be an excellent option. It's one of the most powerful families in the city.
She's also an incredible person.
Then all the more bonus.
Who's to say she wants me?
Have you asked? Maybe you should show up to one of her parties now and then.
She likes the parties even less than I do, I'm pretty sure.
Then the two of you would have had a lot to talk about. You don't like it when I'm right. I can tell. Go. Are you seeing her today?
Yes.
Good. And I want you to stop talking to this Anika person.
Why?
There's nothing we can do for her.
Yes, there is. There's a lot we could do for her.
Oh.
She has a marvelous point, not to mention.
Oh, excellent. She's got a marvelous point. Except all of the maps that come from the family business, mind you, go there. And he kind of points in the direction of the castle. What are we supposed to do? There are other map makers. There's other cartographers. There are cartographers that work for us that would love to take over our business and will do whatever that man says. You have two things in this life. You have the connection to the king, and you have the chance with Saldana, and you probably have a better chance than most. If you lose either one of them,
Uncle,
the Brel Empire falls here.
at least tell me that you know it's wrong. At least give me that.
If I had my way, all maps would be accurate. Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
And he just kind of sits back and takes another sip.
I don't want her thinking that I'm just being good to her because of the arrangement.
How long have you been friends with Saldana?
Well, we've known each other vaguely for a long time, but
How long have you been friends with her?
I don't know if she considers me a friend, so I don't.
Well, here's the problem, because my understanding is that this arrangement has been talked about for years. That there's a possibility that's going back to before the riots.
Yes.
That there was a hope the two of you would grow together. But, of course, the riots and all of the other things got in the way. I'm sure I understand. The question is now, it's getting to be too late. We're in the 11th hour. What are you, Nathaniel, a man, hopefully, going to do? Stand up? Take action? Or are you going to crawl under a rock and hide? Show her. If you have feelings for her, show her.
I have done more to take action than you ever will. He's gonna stand up, straighten himself. I'm gonna go get cleaned up. And he leaves.
He takes a sip as you walk off.
And he's gonna go into his room and he's gonna, well, I'm gonna draw. Oh.
Owen.
Yes.
And I guess Soxy and Pesk, who are both at your thing today as well. So you're helping out the clinic, and you guys get in a gnomish gentleman. He looks very, very distraught. He's very skinny and He has the shivers and he's got the foaming at the mouth, and he barely walks himself in before collapsing and going into the full fits of this disease. Looks is missing some teeth. Just looks totally destroyed. You guys help him to the bed, and Holly starts to take care of him as you expect, and the volunteers start helping. After about half an hour, Holly comes over to you and says, "Owen, this one is worse. We've never seen this."
Now, are you just saying the symptoms more pronounced? Is lasted longer? What's going on?
Come here.
Yeah, I'll walk on over.
As you go over to him, they have a piece of leather folded and put into his mouth. And you look, and it looks like one of his teeth is broken. It says he started clenching on his teeth so hard that he broke one of them.
All right. I'm assuming we tried all the tricks of the trade. We tried the smelling salts. We tried anything to knock him out.
We tried everything we've tried on everybody else. This is the same symptoms up till now, but his motions are more violent as well. I don't know what to do.
Well, first of all, let's get him restrained so he's not a danger to anyone else.
All right, and then start to tie him down.
Owen, do you need me?
Let's hold off for just a second. Be if you don't mind sticking by.
Of course.
Holly kind of gives you a weird look, like, "Need you for what? We're the professionals here."
She also knows what she's talking about.
You forge with your hands. You build things, right? We're healers.
No, I'm not a forge cleric.
You work over there.
I stay with them because we have a god in common, but I am not a forge cleric. I don't forge things. That doesn't negate the fact that I do have...
Didn't I see you whittling the other day on your break? What were you, carving something out of bone?
Yes. But that doesn't negate my healing abilities or my knowledge.
Okay.
Soxy helps get the guy tied down to his bed.
And she kind of leans into you, Owen, and says, "I really hope you're not thinking about doing what I think you're thinking about doing. Do you want to kill another one?"
Would that be loud enough for someone with a passive of 14 to hear?
That was purposefully loud enough that you could hear.
Ollie, can I have an aside with you for just a moment?
Sure, yeah, let's not worry about the patient right now. Let's go and have an argument. And she just
Also,
starts walking into the hallway.
It'll be short. And he walks her just off to the side to where it's outside of immediate earshot.
Okay.
Holly, why are you here?
I'm here to help people.
So are they. What's your
No.
goddamn problem right now?
First off, it's not goddamn, because I don't need any god in my life. Okay, so you can just take that on down the road. I'm here every single day trying to help people. I'm here longer hours than anyone, except maybe you if you're feeling like it.
And has anyone ever disparaged you for trying to help?
All the time. Have you met these people?
Has anyone on our side of the operating table actually disparaged you from trying to help?
Yeah, couple.
Point them out to me. I'll talk to them. Because that's not all right. Anyone in here, regardless of their level of skill, regardless of what they're doing, they're working towards the same goal. And this will only work out
Their
if we
goal
don't alienate folks.
is to murder people.
What gives you that idea?
She stepped up and started talking. She can cast, I understand. She casts any spells on this guy and he might die, just like the other three.
Yeah, and like we said, this is an odd case. He
Right,
may
so
not
let's
make
kill
it
him.
through anyway. Let's be ready to use whatever we need as a last resort.
When you know it, we won't know it's the last resort till he's dead.
or close to it.
I wash my hands. This one's on you.
Ollie, you're a volunteer. You're welcome to walk away at any point you stop feeling appreciated.
I've never felt
These
appreciated.
people are...
I'm here to help because people need help.
Well, then I appreciate that. I genuinely do.
Nick.
I am. But I get results.
Yeah,
And
the
he
results
walks
killed 3
away.
people.
He literally doesn't pay
She walks
attention.
the other direction, just leaves for a little while, maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, he completely starts ignoring her, goes
She
back
left,
to the
so.
patient, goes back
All right,
to
you're back.
to business.
Pesky is just sitting with the patient, doing whatever she can to keep him company and comfortable. She's not casting anything. She's not, you know. What she meant was like, I can cast Spare the Dying or something. She wasn't gonna do the other thing. But she understands that Holly doesn't like her, and that's fine.
At that point, he has completely washed his hand of the entire conversation. He is going back to business as usual, taking care of the patient.
Okay.
He'll try everything in his toolbox. How does it seem like does it get to the point where it seems like the patient is in danger of dying?
It takes about an hour. You guys work pretty diligently. You seem like you're getting some results. And then all of a sudden, the patient's breathing gets really rapid and light. He's sweating profusely. He's stopped moving almost completely other than that.
Oh, and he's transitioning.
I think that might be the case. Either that, or he's going into shock, or he's dying. There's nothing else we can do. Let's hope that something's changed.
Well, at this point, I mean, we've got to let him go or try the other, but we're not sure exactly what that'll do.
I can try Spare the Dying as a cantrip first.
I'm happier with uncertain success than certain failure.
Okay. Just tell me what you want me to do.
Do what you think's right.
Soxy, do you think you can lay on hands? And see if that makes a little bit of a difference? If that doesn't work, then maybe we'll go to step 2.
I can try it. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I can try it. I know it can remove diseases and sometimes addictions. I don't know if it'll help him or not, though.
It's a lesser, for lack of a better word, it's a shorter term measure than going to potentially, we've never seen if it works on gnomes too, so we don't know, but I don't want to give Holly any more cause to hate me harder than she does.
All these problems are her own. This is, as much as I loathe to say it, there's nothing Holly or I can do right now. This is up to you two.
Right.
All right, I'll try it. And she'll, Heather is wincing because this might go really bad, but she's going to lay a hand on his chest and drop 5 lay on hand points into him, because that's what would remove a disease or an addiction or whatever.
And I'm going to cast Spare the Dying as a cantrip at the same time.
I don't know what Spare the Dying does. So.
It'll auto-stabilize if he goes unconscious.
Got it. Soxy, you're pumping 5 at him to remove disease?
Well, hold on, let me pull up the exact wording. So for lay on hands, it says, come on, computer, there we go. So lay on hands specifically says that you can touch a creature to restore any number of hit points remaining in the pool, or 5 hit points to either cure a disease or neutralize a poison affecting the creature. So she'd be trying to neutralize the poison.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure it really matters. It could be either. I guess you just lay on hands, and it's going to do one of those things. Either the
Yeah,
poison or
pretty
disease,
much.
whatever's most prominent. So, you go ahead and lay on hands, and the energy kind of passes through. You feel it leave and through the palms and through your fingertips into the body, and it seems like the breathing calms a little bit. A little color kind of flushes back to the face, and he seems to be asleep now. At least after about 30 seconds to a minute.
That's a start.
You need to keep an eye on him. The other ones seem to sleep at first as well.
I won't leave his side.
It seemed a lot faster for them, though, didn't it? I mean, if I'm remembering right, it seemed like almost as soon as they started to calm down, they started.
And then he seizes, and his whole body
fuck.
twists up on itself, and his head twists to the side, and he stops breathing.
Try it again.
Try it again?
Can't hurt now.
You
All
want
right.
me to lesser, or do you want me to cast restoration, or do you want to lay on hands?
I can try a lay on hands to remove disease and see what happens.
Why don't we do both? Can't hurt.
All right.
I will cast lesser.
Can you read off lay on hands again to me?
Which part of it? Just the whole thing?
The beginning.
Okay, I have a pool of healing power. I can touch a creature to restore any
Okay,
number
that's
of
it.
hit
That's what I
points
did.
remaining.
So Pesk starts to cast, pulling out the spell components and starting to mash them together and get ready, and you start to pull the energy from you. And so at the same time, Soxy, you are pushing the energy back to your fingertips, and as you put your hands down, you feel the stiffness of this person, the rigidity, and both fail. They don't even go off. You cannot target because it's not a creature anymore. It is an object.
Fuck.
And that
No.
is not necessarily this situation, that is any dead body. Dead bodies are considered objects.
Well,
I'm
looks
sorry,
like
Owen.
you did your best. It was either this or just a regular old grave.
His breath was thready, and he was going bradycardic, so he was going to have issues anyway. I mean, the chances of him coming back were next to nothing, and that's the only reason we tried it. I'm not happy with the result, but I don't think we should feel bad for the fact that we tried. And she looks
Okay.
pointedly at Pesk.
Pesca's going to cast Detect Magic on the body
Okay.
to see if there's that hint of air shell already. Or he hasn't started turning to stone, right?
Well, not that you can tell.
Okay. I'm going to hold off then.
There's no. Okay.
So at least now we have more information. It's not exclusive to humans. It does have to do with casting of the spell.
Alright.
And if it comes to a major overdose, there's not a current solution.
Not one that works, anyway.
Owen's going to search the clothing. Search
As
the
you
entire-
as you finish up that sentence, there's kind of a knock behind you, and you hear, "Did someone say current?" As you turn around, standing before you is a 6 foot tall, all blue skin with this sea green long hair, dressed in this beautiful purplish and white sort of top, and all blues and greens sort of bottom. It almost doesn't work, except the color of the skin also just kind of blends into it. And it's not that you've seen one really before, but you've heard them described. It is a water ganassi.
Oh,
Sorry, little humor, wrong moment.
hi. I'm Pesk.
Hi, Pesk. My name is Juice.
Hi, Juice.
Pleasure to meet you, Juice. What brings you into my establishment?
I'm looking for someone.
And who might that be?
About that tall. He holds up. It actually touches the top of Owen's head. Mustache, kind of a dark beard, some gray in his hair. A doctor, I think. Kind of smirk.
Oh, you may have shit timing, but you got a good location.
Shit timing. I'm pretty sure the bosun of a certain ship had shit timing. I happen to have excellent timing. That's why I'm here. So, and he just kind of smiles and leans in. You have something for me?
Ah, very well. Would you care to step into my office real quick?
No tricks. And he steps back and lets you kind of walk wherever, and he'll follow you.
Owen points to his rolled up sleeves and his vest. Can't really have anything up there at the moment, so you're good to go.
Excellent.
Soxy just looks at Pesk like, oh shit.
Yeah, the second Pesk heard the name, that was the, oh no.
Yeah, no, Owen will lead him back into the office.
Okay.
He is going to open the door, lock the door, pull around chair, flip it around, and sit on it like the cool kid, quote unquote, at school.
So Western style.
So a gay.
Yeah. And he's just gonna say, well, I suppose you've heard of me, and I've certainly heard of you. I don't see why this
Really?
can't.
What have you heard?
Well, just
love
the
it when I hear
name.
things about myself.
Just the name and certain activities you may be involved in from time to time.
Of course.
Now, I think I know the answer. And I think you know that I know the answer. But just for the sake of niceties, why don't you tell me what exactly you need from me?
Oh, you want to play games? All right, I don't mind. Well, I am here for a small little package. I hear you're the one to come to for small packages.
So you've got jokes. That's lovely.
Far too many, Mother says.
You know, what exactly is this stuff? I'm just curious.
It is stuff.
It wouldn't happen to be a powdered form of some sort of, extremely rare ingredient that may or may not be used for certain altering of substances.
It is very much exactly that. I'm surprised that you were able to determine. That's very interesting.
I've had a bit of time to think on it.
Oh, all right.
Which means this is actually a very, very fortuitous meeting we've had, because I've actually been searching you out and I didn't even know it.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. You see, you're responsible for several dead people that I tried to save.
I don't think so.
Oh, really? Because
Yes.
I don't suppose the term daydream means anything to you.
Well, I mean, of course it does. I mean, it's still the hottest new thing.
And I'm assuming someone of your proclivities is certainly involved in such a trade.
Yes. What are you getting at? Daydream is harmless.
Until this shit's added.
We seem to have some miscommunication.
Really? Because I've had several people on Daydream come into my place. And do you know what happens when certain events arise and they come to their unfortunate end? Or have you not stuck around for long enough to see it happen?
We don't know each other this well, but I am very interested to see where this conversation goes. He actually sits down. I take daydream regularly, so do several friends of mine. It helps me sleep. What do you think happens?
Then you might be interested to know that we've had multiple people on Daydream turn to stone. Not just any stone.
That's impossible. There's no magical... nothing magical happens with daydream, really.
Did you see the gnomish gentleman out there?
The one who died before I came in, giving me my perfect entrance. Yeah,
The
I
one
saw
who
him.
died because of your drugs? He's one of them.
Okay, not my drugs. I mean, I have dealt in daydream before, but I don't make it or don't supply it. I really am not sure what's going on here.
I'll be level with you.
Sure.
I've been looking for someone with their finger on the pulse of this, so I can get answers as to where the hell these batches that are so fucked up are coming
I
from.
would love to negotiate for that information after we're done with this transaction.
Well, given that I'm not entirely comfortable giving over this substance until I'm sure it's not used for that reason, well,
For what reason? You still haven't explained what it does. Or what you think it does, because this is hilarious. Go ahead.
This powder, right?
Yes.
Is it powdered air shale?
What's air shale?
Do you know what it is, or have you just been told you need it?
This material? This powder that you have? Can I see it before? Please, I don't want to take it just yet, even though I easily could. I want to make sure you still have it before I tell you any more information. I want to make sure at least I'm dealing with something.
At this point, he reaches into his vest pocket and just tosses it to him.
He'll take it. He opens it. There's this sort of brownish stuff here. It kind of starts flaking a little bit off. Yellowish kind of brown. This is what we're talking about, yes? This is called Earthbind.
Oh, that's not what I remembered it being, said Joe, not Owen.
Well, you only knew that it was kind of a powdery brown substance. You guys made a lot of assumptions.
It was a powdery gray substance, if I remember correctly.
I thought it was brownish gray.
That's probably where I got screwed up, is I thought it was a powder gray substance that made the connection.
Because the gray, you guys, because powdered air shale itself doesn't do this. It's the flaky greenish brown cork-like substance that is being added to the drugs.
Okay, so
that's why you thought it was that. You thought it was the after stuff. I thought. Am I wrong?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, kind of a brownish gray. But yeah, gray would have. I mean, could have been kind of a darkish, neutral kind of brownish gray. I don't remember how I said it exactly before, but yeah. Yes, you thought you were right about what you thought it was. Yeah, so
okay,
yeah, that was right. So
now
you did have that assumption. Yes, that is correct.
Okay, now what exactly is Earthbind to your knowledge?
Well, have you ever heard of fire root? I believe that's fairly successful in this area. It is a small root that you can use as a material component in spells, and it increases or changes the arcane element to fire. This is a similar material. It enhances any spell dealing with earth, and improvises it. But to Earth Ganassi, it is also something very different, and they pay greatly for it.
Interesting. Now, what you're saying then is that various different kinds of powders might be circulating.
Well, I mean, not really. I mean, there could be, I suppose, but this is I don't know. I mean, I'm sure.
And where does Earthbind come from? How is it harvested?
Yeah, well, it's a rare mineral, and then it's, I don't know, something's done to it. It's done in another kingdom. That's why I have to get it imported. Normally, it goes off without a hitch. You just happen to get involved. Oh, by the way, of course, return your property. And he hands you a small vial of sunflower oil.
Oh yeah, that's all right. I got
I
backups.
think there's a little blood on that. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I gotta say, for a smuggling operation, that was some lax security. I seen some lazy work in my day, but man, we just walked in.
Yeah, I had heard that. That's why I'm not too terribly upset. It doesn't sound like it was. No offense, but you're not masterminds. I meant, um, I think I paid, gee, 2, 3 gold to some dockmaster to sell you out.
Yeah. Well, regardless. Now you got your powder. Let's
Did you
move on to that
really
next.
push all of those crates down a rope
Yeah, for the most
in
part.
full view of the docks, and you
Yeah,
got away
no.
with that?
Yeah, no, your crew weren't worth half a damn.
Not my crew. Not my crew.
Your employees, temporarily though they may be.
I had one agreement with the captain, and I won't be using him again. And I think that's why his bosun is not happy. I did, unfortunately, of course. Well, I will have to pay the captain for this, so I can't pay you for it unless you want to deal with the ire of the captain when he returns next week.
Oh no, I'm not worried about that.
All right. Well, then go
I'm
ahead.
thinking it's time to open up a new negotiation.
Oh, all right. He kicks back. Sure, whatever.
Someone like you deals in a lot of things. I
All
want,
sorts of things.
and I assume that includes information.
Excellent. Absolutely. What can I do for you?
I need to know all the big suppliers in this area of Daydream. I need to know
Oh
where
dear,
they're
the
getting.
big supply. You mean the people who manufacture, or the people who deal, or because it is all over town.
Specifically, the ones in the slums.
Is there
Specific,
what
speci-
are you worried about?
because there is a type of daydream going around, or a type of consumption of daydream going around that's getting people killed and turned into Goa, if you know what that is.
No. Mm-mm.
Well, people made of stone,
You mean like a golem?
but intelligent.
I've met a lot of golems. They're very intelligent. I don't.
Specifically, if you could find information on anyone new in the scene or anyone trying something new, operating here or the Temple District, and anyone who's had a sudden drop off in return customers.
I don't. I wouldn't mind just sharing some information with you, but this sounds like it's going to take some work. What's in it for me?
Well, there's always the option of a favor.
A favor
There's always.
from a doctor in the slums. I'm good. He kind of pets his pouch a little bit. You're not sure what that means.
Well, let's just say if I were just a doctor in the slums, I really wouldn't be surviving in the slums now, would I?
You've ever heard the expression "don't shit where you eat"? A lot of people will keep the doctor safe. You don't have a large surplus of supplies or anything. I'm surprised you still had this. Well, I guess you didn't tell many people about it.
No, I got priorities.
Well,
Listen.
I do appreciate this, and but a favor is unfortunately not going to be enough. I'll need something else.
What are you in the market for?
I never know until I know. Right now, it's funny, can't think of anything I need right now. I can't get back. There is something. You have a friend out there, or an associate? The large green and yellow one. It it's they, he, she. What is it?
She, I believe.
All right. She's from that special little island, right?
I believe so.
Well, there's quite a few little things I've been looking for from that island. You think she might have any of them, or know where I could get some?
That'd be a question for her. I certainly don't speak on her behalf.
Oh, sure. If you want to negotiate with for me, I suppose I could do a little negotiating for you.
I'll give her a talk, and we'll see what you're actually looking for, and then we can work from there.
Excellent. You want me to write up a list?
Yeah, might as well help.
He'll pull out a little notepad and he writes up a little list, and he's like three things on it. He just folds it over and hands it to you. I'll see what I can find out. I need to go and finish up this transaction, and I shall return. Later this afternoon, okay?
It sounds like that's agreeable.
Excellent. And, some sort of special daydream. I'll do what I can.
I appreciate it. Be careful consuming in the meantime. You never know where it might be coming from.
You have me worried, so I will keep an eye out and probably only end up using up my current supply, although that'll be a while. Good day, Owen.
Have a good one, Juice.
And he leaves. Well, he stops at the door and he motions to the lock on it.
Yeah, I'll get that.
I mean, I could, but I figured I'd be polite.
And I'll get the door for him.
Okay, and then he'll leave.
I have a question.
He'll holler down the hallway, Toodles!
I have a question, Logan.
Yes?
Is his last name McElboy? C-O-E-Y?
Oh, God.
I've been sitting on that for about an hour.
We haven't been playing an hour.
It hasn't been.
I know, I'm just being an ass.
All right, Pip. I don't have a lot for you because we kind of talked about your prequeling there, and you were off doing your own thing instead of with anybody else, so it was a little harder to get you involved. But you trying to think of who you could be talking to.
I do have an idea on that front.
Go for it.
If
Yeah, let's hear it.
As Juice leaves, Pip runs into the clinic out of breath. Owen, there was man at the docks. He was looking for you. He bribed the dockmaster. He is looking for you.
I appreciate that, Pip. I really do.
Watch out. He sounded dangerous.
That's what you give for not taking the ferry.
Thank you kindly, Pip.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and he doesn't say anything further. What? Hey, Soxy.
Yeah.
I might have a potentially small favor to ask you. I've never really talked to you much about where you're from, or we kind of keep things on the down low. But did you grow up on the island that most of the Chitin are on, or the Caton?
Well, that's where most of us are from. Logan,
Yeah? What do you want from me?
I have clarification.
You made the damn place.
I know, but I have clarification questions on
Okay, go for it.
how much I remember. Is
No,
it
that's a
my
good call.
is it
Probably
my
not a lot.
own plus other people's, or is it all
No.
kinds of?
It's just kind of jumbled. You might have some snippets, but yeah, no. You don't know much.
It's a bit complicated. Why do you need to know exactly? I'll tell you what I can.
Well, I got a bit of a shopping list in exchange for information on where we might find out where this daydream's coming from. It specifically pertains apparently to the island or to something similar. The gentleman pointed you out, so I figured I'd ask and see if you knew anything about it.
All right. I mean, yeah, Lamina's got some interesting items that you can't find everywhere. Can I see the list?
He'll pass it off. He'll take a look at it first. What is on the list?
1 second.
As the DM consults his notes.
Hi, Pip. It's good to see you.
Oh, hello.
Did you have a good day working on the docks?
It was productive. I have saved Owen's life.
Excellent. Good job.
I love Pip.
You are
So much.
MVP.
you are doing much better than me today on the life saving. Then
That was not your fault. We did what we could.
Oh, this one?
yeah,
Tung, 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 tung.
yeah. I mean, either way, I don't think we were gonna save him.
Oh, it's too bad.
Did
They
you?
They seem to keep happening, so there will be more. You might save the next one.
That's
Uh,
both uplifting and terrifying at the same time, Pip.
Oh, Pip, this is Soxy, and Soxy, this is Pip.
Oh, Kaiton.
I forgot we hadn't met each other.
That's funny.
You're from the same place, I think.
Yeah, the Ferocia are from Lamina Island, just like the chitin.
Oh, that I did not realize. That might be useful.
Did not
That's-
expect to see Kaiton so far away from home.
Yeah, I've been in Cinderhaven for a while.
Pip has not.
Oh, I'm not used to it either. It's really different. And there's a lot of strange things going on in town.
If you grill fish and an orc takes it, the orc will buy you a drink.
Oh, that's
So
good to know, I suppose.
what you're saying is you've sort of developed a bartering relationship in terms of food and alcohol.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I mean, honestly, that system works pretty well on the island. You can read all about it in Zeknar Fedel's book about his journeys to Lamina Island. It's a really informative book.
It was too long.
I read it cover to cover a couple of times. I've got a copy back at home. It's pretty good, pretty accurate. It's helped me a lot, honestly.
Pip does not need to read about Farosh. Pip knows about Farosh.
Well, I mean, that seems to be fairly accurate. Although, if you are looking for an anthropological standpoint and different cultures' view of your culture, it could be fascinating to read about.
That's right. He's got a very interesting take on kite music and dancing in particular. And he made friends with a couple of Farosh matriarchs as well.
Oh.
Pip is an excellent dancer.
Pip can
Very-
show you.
He's very good at the happy dance and the concentration dance and the mate dance.
All right. I'd be interested to see some. I don't remember ever seeing a Farosh dance before. One of your tribe's dances.
Oh, these are not tribes dance. These are dances Pip has made up.
Oh, all right.
Pip shows you. Pip does distraction dance.
He goes outside and he just starts running around in a circle on all fours.
It is a very good
And
distraction.
it's a-
I lean over to Pesk. Does he know that he's not actually dancing? He's just running.
No, it's rhythmic. It's very much like a dance. Dance is all about rhythm.
So he's running to a beat.
Yes.
That's still running.
Ha, you are distracted.
All right. As you, Socrates, he's running around. And,
You're not wrong, Pip.
You're not wrong.
Meanwhile, Owen's just in the clinic giving like compressions, like frantically trying to save a life.
Oh my god.
If it was that busy, Pesk would not
No.
be talking if we were needed to be doing compressions.
know.
Yeah.
so on the list are 3 items that you're fairly familiar with, at least from the little bits that you kind of remember. Button leeches are tiny little leeches. They're little, when they get kind of engorged, they kind of flatten out against the body and look like basically little buttons. Velvet cast, which is an excrement from a certain type of chitin. One of the chitin casts, I don't remember which one. It's not yours, but it's one of the other ones. It's kind of an excrement from when they shed under their under parts of their body, and it's very, very soft. It comes off kind of stringy. And then phenogex, which is not a word that you're familiar with right off. So you'll have to make a roll on that one, or you'll have to ask.
Can you spell that last one?
Phenojex.
All
You
right.
can make a knowledge medicine check. Made medicine, right?
Yeah.
Me?
Or a knowledge, or a
for
knowledge check,
the
Is
For
that
the-
Owen or Soxy?
for the Velvet cast, would it be from the Royal cast or from the Miscast?
sure. I don't know. I'll have to look
Okay.
into it later. It's one of them.
Okay. All right. She looks up at Owen. So I recognize the button leeches, the leeches you can get or that you can find in Lamina. When they're really full of blood, they flatten out on you, so they look like a little black button. The Velvet cast, she'll just relay it's from underneath one of them, but she doesn't remember. And then the Phenogex, though, it sounds
As soon as
familiar.
you say that, Pip, if you're within earshot, you know exactly what phenogex is.
Hmm.
It is a semi-technical term. Your people don't use it, but it is a technical term for the excretions from your scent glands in Farosh, specifically male Farosh.
Yeah, you know what one of these is, Pep?
Yes.
The Phenogex. I mean, it sounds familiar, but I don't remember exactly what it is.
Pip is wondering the occasion that you would know what this means.
Well, we have a gentleman looking for some rare materials, some rare potentially ingredients from the island, and well, this seems to be one of them. Do you know where we could find some? Is it something we could like harvest or like purchase from a store of some sort?
Yes, purchase. Yes. You give Pip some gold, Pip will buy some for you.
I mean, I could just go.
Oh no.
Is it like a secret thing? Am I not allowed to go buy it, or like?
Pip has connections.
All right, fair enough.
Very
How
close
much?
connections.
Fair enough. How much do you need?
Three.
Three gold.
Yes.
All right, fair. And he'll go ahead and hand over 3 gold and just be like, all right, if there's any change, just go ahead and keep it since you're going and grabbing it for me.
Pip is wondering, does Clinic have outhouse?
I mean, yeah, there's facilities. I mean,
God.
yeah, no, if you need to use them, they're just around the corner.
Thank you.
So Pip will walk through the clinic and go try to find Holly.
Leave her alone.
No, she is kind of awful. I'm okay
I
with
know,
it.
but I don't think anyone deserves this.
He washes off.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you oh, another one. All right. What can I do for you?
You have the small glass tubes.
You got little glass jars for samples, but we don't usually give them out. They're not treats.
No, empties.
Yeah, not treats.
Pip is not looking for a treat.
What? They're not party favors either. What do you need them for?
Pip has been asked to collect something.
By who?
Piece of paper.
From
You're not
who?
wrong.
Oh my god.
Owen,
Oh God! All right. At least not asking me to collect it. That drawer over there.
Thank you. And he will
So they
go.
he's got a bunch. They've got little 1 ounce vials, and they've got like a little 4 ounce collection cup vial, and then they've got a couple of bigger jars if you want them.
Just grab a bigger jar and
Okay.
a 1 ounce vial.
Okay. Smart.
And Owen, did you leave your office door open?
No, it's always locked if he's not in there.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Um, Then he will grab a bed sheet from like a linen closet.
Everyone
Yeah.
remember, there is only one room, so you're watching Pip walk around and do this. This
What
is one
is he
gigantic. I mean, it's a
doing?
big room, but he's like over on the other side, like maybe 70 feet away, 80 feet away, across the warehouse, like just walking around picking these things up.
At this point, no one turns from what he was in. Pip, did you need something?
where was facilities?
There, something. I mean, if you need something, I'm a doctor. You can talk to me about it.
You can help.
I'm a professional, of course. Like, if you're,
Please to follow.
I regret
God.
everything.
You did the slogan.
Annie up, you son of a bitch.
You basically said that one of the items we have to get is the liquid from inside of a ferret's anal glands. So now all I
Played
can
by
picture
Kyle.
is
Played
Pip
by
scooting his
Kyle.
butt across the ground like when a dog's anal glands are too big.
It's played.
Is
And
that
this
what
character
he
is played by Kyle. And this is played by Kyle. So you know this is you asked for
You
this.
knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
You
kinda
know Kyle. You know who he is, Logan.
For the record,
All right.
chat also agrees that
That's-
you did this to yourself. Logan.
That's like
Yes.
throwing a beefy man at me and telling me not to stare at him.
odd.
God, Logan.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Owen is he doesn't know what's going on, so he'll follow and help as best he can.
God rest his
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Okay. Please do wear this.
And he'll tuck the sheet into your shirt.
Like a freaking,
Now, what?
like a little Pip.
It's
What
actually
is-
hard to get that smell out of clothing, so he's being very nice to Owen.
Can I just ask what this is for?
Hands you a jar.
And can I ask what the hell this is for?
Oh, I just befuddled his plot.
You have had orange juice, yes?
I mean, not recently, but yeah.
Watch out for the seeds.
Mini pips.
Oh, God.
And then he will take you inside of the facilities and will
And the
will
camera-
spare.
The camera
As-
pans to the curtains.
About 10 seconds later, Owen leaves without Jar, blanket or anything, just shaking his head and walking quickly back to the main building.
Is that a nope? He's on his own?
Yep, that's
That's the line, huh?
yep. Yeah, no.
All right, so Pip, you are left
Dungeons
alone
and
in there. Since you are trying to do this yourself, I do need a dexterity check. And I'm going to give you a base check. I was going to do disadvantage, but you grabbed a bigger jar, so I'm going to give you a base check. Go ahead and give me that.
Jesus Christ.
God.
This is not
He
what
has
I
nothing to do
expected
with
to
this.
happen today.
Roll for anal gland.
I
breaking.
don't think this is what any of us expected this to
No,
become.
are you surprised though? Look at the group of people you are looking at right now. Look who we
Yeah.
are.
Hey, at
You
least
are
I'm
a
being
natural
good
anal
and
gland milker.
For the record, that was a 21, folks.
Jeez. At least I'm being good and not
He's
explaining
trying to get
to
it
you
in
how
the
we
jar.
actually
He's got to
do this in a clinic
that's not,
setting.
that can't be easy. You are a Feroce, though. You can basically bend yourself in half, so I guess that's...
Well, I mean, it's not that hard, honestly. Most animals can express them on their own with muscle control, so all he'd have to do is sit on the jar
Oh, okay.
and not fall off it.
And then do
That's not a
kegels or
Factoid
milk
I needed
himself.
to know.
Sorry.
So Pip
resident
good kegel action there, and he's just...
Okay,
No,
Lauren.
you did not need the sound effects. That was not
No.
needed. Nope,
That
No.
was
hard pass.
really not necessary.
You're
Also, that's not what it sounds like,
I
but
know.
we did not need the sound effects.
I
Heather!
was just going with milk.
Heather, stop!
So what does it sound
Sorry.
like, Heather?
I'm not
No,
going to describe
we're
it
not-
because
we're
I'm
not
going to be
doing
nice
anything
to everyone else that's on stream with us right now.
Less.
So, and this
Wow.
was the point we lost the last viewer.
Bye, viewers. Bye.
But then tomorrow we gained so many of the wrong kind.
Oh,
Like,
That's
which
why
does
we
not
get banned from
happen.
Twitch.
All right. So, Pip is very successful. Did you put the lid on the jar, or do you pour it into the smaller one? I don't know how much. How much would we be looking at, Heather?
Let's.
From a human-sized creature,
From a
like
normal
a
creature, how
feroce?
much would you get?
Okay, so from a cat,
Sure.
which is probably like 1/20th the size of a feroce. From the average size cat, if they're really full, which would not happen if they were taking care of it normally, you'd get like maybe a half a mil. So
Okay.
so if you multiply that by 20, you're going to get 10 mils of liquid, give or take.
That's if really full.
Yes, that's if really full. So probably closer to 5.
So like a teaspoon is 5 milliliters.
Yes.
So we're looking at about a tenth of an ounce. So you got a few drops in the bottom of this little tiny vial if you poured it in the little tiny vial.
Yep.
I'm sure the outhouse does not smell great now.
Anal glands are very pungent.
Yeah.
somebody just put the
I
chat
wonder
BRB
why.
selling my cat. Oh, that's the funniest
Oh,
shit.
is that Chad? Chad,
Chad.
we love you, Chad.
BRB selling my cat.
Chad, most of the time, cats will take care of it on their own when they just use the litter box, and you never know. It's only if they have trouble expressing them that you run into problems.
Then they do the
More
butt
you
scoop.
know.
Yes, then they do the butt scoot, and you can take them to the vet, and the vet will do it for you. You don't have to deal with it.
I did not know that's why animals
Can
did
you-
the butt scoots.
Heather,
Yep.
can you do a geek thyself all about anal glands?
What's
I actually am very serious.
I could
I
actually
would
do an
love to
entire
know more about
half-hour
different
episode
animals and
on
their anal sac glands and stuff like that. I actually am
And why-
very curious.
Why
And
it's
strangely-
actually bad to remove them from skunks if you have skunks as a pet.
Oh, I
It
didn't know.
can cause problems.
Oh, what are the skunks?
Yeah, actually, this is totally off topic, but it's a fun story. UC Davis had a
We've
surgeon.
been off topic for a bit.
I
now.
know, but this one's kind of fun. UC Davis had a surgeon that used to love doing the surgery where you remove the scent glands from skunks, and he was known for doing it really well because at the time you could have them as pets. And there was one time where he'd probably done like 100 of these surgeries, and he missed and broke the scent gland. And apparently the entire VMTH smelled like skunk for weeks. And UC Davis
God.
does not do that surgery anymore.
Yeah, I bet.
Did Olympus one?
Yep.
Don't say Ask Land Network. All right.
So that was it.
All right. So Pip
that was an
comes walking
interesting part
back
of the
in.
episode.
Do you close up the empty jar, or do you just kind of bring it back in open?
Please close it.
I would
Stop
leave it
it.
in the outhouse.
All right. Just bloop right there on the edge of the. All right. So you put it there, and you start to head
Nope.
in.
One better. I put it on the little shelf where they collect the samples.
This is not an actual doctor's office. This is a glorified shack.
It's like MASH. Okay. So you put it on you just walk back in and you just put it on a little shelf there in the outhouse that somebody was nice enough to put up. Has some flowers and a picture of someone's grandmother on it. And you head back in. Public outhouse has a picture of somebody's grandmother on it. Okay. You head back in and I'm gonna guess that smell still lingers a little bit, it just being around it. Or am I wrong, Heather?
No, it lingers.
Okay,
It
so
lingers.
yeah, so it probably hits people a little bit as he comes back in, carrying only the little vial he took out, and not the bed sheet.
He's going to look to the closest thing to. No, yeah, he was gonna make an intern do it, but then I realized Owen's not that mean.
All right, so but Owen comes back a little bit before that. Does Owen tell anybody what's happening?
No, he's
Let it be a
just looking
surprise. That's the way to do it.
He's a changed
Yeah.
man.
Actually, no, he is a doctor. He wouldn't be that thrown off. Mostly, he was concerned with the fact that Pip wanted help. That yeah, he
You
offered.
say you did offer.
Say, yeah, you kind of did. Like whatever you need, I can help. I'm a doctor. I mean, that's
he didn't know
But-
the
but you
circumstances.
found the line.
So he just kind of shaking his head, walks back in.
Everything okay?
Yeah, he's going out to get it right now.
Oh, that's efficient.
All right.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a place in the slums nearby that he can get it from pretty quick.
Oh, nice.
That's good to know.
None of that was a lie.
Did he tell you what it was? I mean, I recognize the name, but I don't remember exactly what it is.
Funny enough, he did not. He did not specify as to its nature. I'm gonna do a self-imposed deception check.
All right.
All right, dear DM, take it away.
17.
All right. That's fairly believable. You have no reason to get to doubt him. So it wasn't. If you'd botched it horribly, it'd be like, yeah, it was obvious you were lying. But all right. So a few minutes later, Pip comes back in with the little vial. Heads over to the group, smelling a little bit more pungent than normal.
Pip, I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but did you step in something while you were outside?
Most likely.
I mean,
And no one will get a container they probably have for carrying less than pleasant substances.
There's probably those jars.
Yeah. And
So put the little jar into a medium-sized jar, and the medium-sized jar into a bigger jar.
and then
It's a-
smash it with a
The
hammer.
hammer!
No, don't do that.
Or, to save on
Ow.
postage.
Sounds like
that?
someone did smash it with a hammer.
Who just?
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
baby!
This one decided to jump into my lap and she bonked her head on the cup holder.
Oh no! It beats her just coming up and just licking your hair.
You mean what she just did like 5 seconds ago?
Did she?
I
Yeah,
didn't even
she
get
got
on
it.
this.
Oh,
That's
I
how
was not
common
paying
it is.
attention.
It's
I
not
was
calming
so-
now. I just
We're
gloss over.
so used to Cupid coming up and licking your head that it's just commonplace now.
All right. So you guys come. He comes back in. He's got these little vials. Anybody comment?
No, Pesk really doesn't comment on much. I mean, this is kind of a clinic and hospital. There are all sorts of interesting smells, usually. Sick patients, you know.
Heather
And-
could comment, but I don't want to make this worse.
No, go on. Do it.
Jesus.
Yeah, give us something to go out on a break to. Go for it, Heather.
Oh, Lord.
Soxy will examine the vial that Owen or whoever is holding. So what was the Phenagex again, Pip? I mean, I recognize the name, but I don't remember what it is. And she's like examining it, and I mean, it's very weird. I mean, it's like liquidy, but it's a little bit chunky at the same time, and I don't understand.
It's a family secret. I swore to Pip that I wouldn't tell anyone. Right, Pip? We're not going to tell anyone.
Should I roll an insight check?
No, just be Pip.
Pip will not tell anyone.
All right. Yeah, no, it's a family recipe that we swore to secrecy on.
It comes from Pip's anus.
Jesus.
That'll do it. We'll be back in about 20 minutes. And we're back. Welcome back.
Did
So
you say that before we started?
You don't know.
Yes,
Did
we
we
do. We saw you.
we saw you dab. You dabbed it.
Are we back? I don't know that we are. There we are. Okay, never mind.
Calm down. There's a delay. It's okay.
Long delay.
They
I was
are in the
looking-
future. Or we are in the future. They are in the past. We are 6 seconds ahead of them. Quick, tell them the world ended.
The world ended.
It's
That's
it's all
not-
gone now. Sorry.
It's all gone tits up. It's all right.
Only honest.
It went ass up with the last half of that.
Yeah, I was going to
before the
say,
break.
ass up, sure. Alrighty. So,
Go to the tea garden now.
Maybe
you,
can't
you
wait.
do you have a lunch date, so I think it's time to head out. As long as you wash your hands.
The one last thing Owen will do is he wants to make sure that the pockets and everything are gone through the gnome gentleman. Just make sure there's no ties back to where he got the stuff.
Got and I was looking, Soxy, are you the kind of chitin with the wings? I can't remember. Okay, so
Yes.
you are the one that gets that during your shedding. About once a year, you shed, and as you go through some sort of molting, it's the silk that comes off of your wings as they kind of grow.
Oh, okay. Then she would have told
So, yeah.
Owen that because she would have known
Okay.
what the hell it was.
I don't know what time bugs molt. We'll have to figure that out.
That's okay.
Time to do some research.
Pesk sheds too.
Yes,
Did we
yes,
want to talk
save me
about
for myself.
our
Oh, we're supposed to. We have some
Yeah,
crap to do.
yeah.
I'm sorry. And on that note,
got too
I'm so
excited.
sorry. So we would like to thank World Anvil to start for being an awesome sponsor of the show. They let us use their amazing software. They let all the shows on the Nerdsmith network who are actual plays have access to it. And very soon it'll be an added benefit into being a what do we call it?
Subscriber.
Subscriber. That was the word I was looking for. So if you sign up on our website to be a subscriber, as a minion or up, you'll get special access to World Anvil, which will have some extra stuff on there that you'll have access to. And so there's that. Nerdsmith was the other thing I want to talk about because they're awesome. And I'm not saying that because it's us. We are Nerdsmith, and so are you. Everyone is Nerdsmith, whether you subscribe or not. If you're a geeky, nerdy kind of individual and you like silly, goofy, ass gland humor, or if you don't, as long as you're geeky and nerdy, and even if you're not, it doesn't matter. You can be a part of Nerdsmith. You can join us on our Discord. We have a public Discord where all the artists kind of hang out sometimes and creators, and you can talk to us there. You can find that on our website. There's a link up at the top, I believe. And you can also go to our Twitter page. And it's the top of our Twitter page at We Are Nerdsmith.
It's also in the doobly-doo down below the screen.
And yeah, you can just click on the link below if you want to do it the easy way.
Yeah, I mean, don't make it difficult.
Con season's here, at least our con season, the one that we decided to go to a few months ago. And we're actually running panels. Our first panel is this Friday, and I mean our very, very first panel ever. For Tess and I, we are running a podcasting panel. What we learned in our first 8 months of podcasting, they asked us to call it Podcasting 101. I think it was because it was too long or sounded too desperate. And so we're going to talk about all the mistakes we made, what we've learned along the way, what we learned by listening to better people than us who had already done it, and kind of break it down as a step-by-step sort of. Here's what we did. Here's the mentality you should go into it with if you want to be very serious about it. Maybe here's the type of equipment that we got and what we do with it and why we chose it. Just break it down like that. That'll be this Friday at 1:30 at SAC Anime.
Break it down.
Break it down. Ding, 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 ding.
No.
No.
Muppet Walk.
Double.
We love you, Logan.
Yeah. No, I'm done. Okay. We're going to try to take some equipment to record it. We're not sure if we're allowed to. I can't imagine we're not. It's our freaking thing. But we're going to go ahead and try to record it. If we can get the audio side of it figured out. That's the only problem. We've got the video taken care of, but we're working on the audio. If that works out, then we'll be glad to post it. If it sucks, then we won't be posting it.
Very good.
The
Excellent.
following week, and I'm very sorry to say, this week we've only got 3 days we're going to be gaming. This is tonight and the next 2 nights. Then the next week we're only going to be doing Tuesday because Wednesday night, Tess and I have to get a good night's sleep because Thursday morning we're going up and picking up Heather, and we are heading up to Rose City Comic Con, which is about a 10-hour, 8-9 hour drive. And then we're going to go see. We're going to kidnap Owen for dinner that night probably,
Yes.
and Joe. God damn it. And do some amazing other things while we're up there. We'll also be meeting Angela out there because on Friday at 5:30 at Rose City Comic Con, we are doing another panel, and this one is on diversity in gaming. So we've got a lot of amazing people that are going to be there. Tessa, Heather, Joe,
Angela.
Jesse from Champion Cast, which we can now officially say just joined the network, which we'll talk about in a second, and Heather, Joe, who am I missing?
Salami.
Solani.
Silani and Angela.
Angela. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll be hosting, but I'm going to let the greater minds speak on the content for the most part. That's going to be a good one. We've been working on it a lot lately, and I'm very excited about it. And then we'll, of course, be there the whole weekend. You can find us, text us, tweet at us. Don't text us because you don't know our number, but tweet at us and come by and get a snail fee with us. Take a snail fee with us and put it on your Twitter or post it somewhere on social media with us or for us and tag us. And we will put you in a contest for at the end of the week. We will be choosing someone to win some fabulous prize. I don't know what yet. I think I might still have a limited edition copy of Zenithar's Guide floating around. We might be doing so.
Yep,
that might be it.
You also have a limited edition Mordekainen's as well.
No, I don't.
Yeah?
Okay, then that's the only one. We only have one limited edition. The other one's mine.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Remember, I bought 4, so 3 we gave away. So of the first one, and then I bought 4 of the second one, and we only gave away 2 so far. And that's
Right.
Mordenkainen's? That is Mordenkainen's. I get them
Not
confused.
Mordekainen's.
Anyway, that one. We'll probably be giving that away.
We're gonna do a Nerdsmith meetup as well. Saturday at noon-ish. We're gonna try and arrange for people to come and say hi to all of the Nerdsmith folks.
Tessa, I love
Chad
that you're using
from
your
Grit-
Pesk voice for this.
Yeah.
If I don't, I'll lose it. So it needs to just kind of stay on for a while. Otherwise, it becomes an issue, and then I go into Calliope, and it's very different.
Fair enough.
Yes, and we'll be doing that meetup there, and all but like 4 of our shows will have at least somebody representing them there. So we're gonna have a lot of people there. Champion Cast, Champions of the Earth podcast. If you haven't heard them, several of their members were on Vast on Geek and Sundry.
It was vast.
On Geek and Sundry, and they are now with us on Nerdsmith with Champion Cast. They take an actual play podcast, but then soup it up to 11 and 12 and 13 and frickin' beyond because they turn it into an audio drama.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. If you have not listened, go listen. At least the first episode, you'll be hooked right away.
Just not right now.
Not right now.
Champions of the Earth is the name
Champions
of
of
the
the
podcast.
Earth. You can go to nerdsmith.org/content and just click the button Champions of the Earth. That's Champions. What was the last thing I need to talk about? Oh, our charity, which I still haven't gotten the artwork done. I'm sorry, this weekend got slammed. But we are supporting the Trevor Project. So all the proceeds, the artist proceeds from this, are going directly to the Trevor Project. None of the artists here are taking anything out of it. And I'll tell you what, every artist here, every person on this show put their heart and souls into the show. They did a lot, and I didn't talk a lot about this yet, but we did weeks and weeks and weeks, months of prep work for this show. We had some old people from our Tolis game. We had some new people come in because we want to get our ranks up. We had 20 people. We had 4 people have to drop out just because it was taxing, because I asked a lot. We were gaming 5 days a week. We have been for months. that's why we have such a good dynamic. We know each other, even though we didn't 4 months ago. And that was a big requirement. I asked a lot of them over that. And on top of that, we got towards the end and I went, Logan's running out of money. So all the things I'd hoped to be able to pay for, like backdrops and things like that, I couldn't. And people stepped up and were able to step up and buy their own or get new equipment, get new audio and video. Everyone stepped up a bunch. And it means the world to me. Everyone's very dedicated to this. And even on top of all that, they also then said, it's okay if I don't make any money. Even if we make a lot of money, let's give it to the Trevor Project. So it was just a lot of very selfless people in this group, putting a lot of effort, a lot of time. Also, for every game you see, there's probably 2 hours worth of work that the players do outside of this, just writing notes, writing the downtimes, writing backstories. And that is all available on our website. We probably have 30 articles right now. A lot of them are show recaps, so if you're watching the show, you don't need those. But there's downtimes that are popping up that are little snippets of information that happen in between the shows. There is going to be, we're already, I think, over 100 hours of the show. We're pretty darn close to it.
Yeah, something like that.
We are going to have a lot of content. So if you like content, this is the place to be. So again, thank you guys, and thank you all the players, all 16 players for really dealing with my ass this whole time and putting up with all the crap I'm putting you through. I demand a lot out of my players.
It's worth every second, Logan.
And you're not giving yourself enough credit, because for the hours of work we do, you're doing
4 times as much
at least.
Yeah, you're doing,
but it's
so
my
much
crack. More. It's you're just enabling me, so it's okay. This really is. It's a lot better than what I used to do. What was that?
Don't sell yourself short. Seriously, you are doing a metric buttload of work.
Yes,
not just the stream and all of Nerdsmith.
I do a lot of work. Great. Yep, I do. That's about all.
You're married to me, and I'm a pain in the ass. So
there's that.
And then you have to deal with me and Jenny. So
anyway. That all being said, sorry about that. The Trevor Project is an LGBT anti-suicide group. That does not describe them in good enough detail. It's a quick little blurb. I don't have a lot. They do a lot. I don't have enough time to explain everything they do. They do a lot. I would suggest checking out their website. Just Google the Trevor Project. You'll find them right away. They are just an amazing group of people. They're an A-list charity watch. A company, which means 90 cents out of every dollar goes to directly to their programs. They use only 10% for marketing materials and paying what little staff they need and taking care of it. But they are a brilliant company, and they are super nice, and they do a very, very good thing in this community. Specifically, being very hyper focused, which you have to be with suicide prevention. Being very hyper focused and hitting a group that just a few years ago weren't given the time of day, and they deserve a lot more than that. So, all right, enough with that. Let's get back to Ask Glands.
Let's not.
Bad
Let's
trend.
not
We moved
name
past
the
that
episode
part.
that.
We're gonna move past that. I can't talk.
Everyone on the
all
top
of a
row is like, no. Everyone on the bottom row is like, all right. All right,
I don't
so...
know who is top and who's bottom right now. Ooh.
I set him up and you knocked him down. Thank you so much.
Oh, buddy. I feel like we are all really aware. Don't give me that look, Kyle. Your face is too loud.
Your face is too loud. You were the one talking there, buddy. So
I'm looking drunk my coffee.
Instant karma.
So did Owen find anything in the pockets of this gnome fella before Holly comes
Or
in
the
and
butt crevices
screams
of
at us?
Pip.
Yes, Owen, you find a small vial.
I'm assuming of what appears to be Daydream.
It is some sort of kind of reddish liquid, very transparent, just got a red tint to it, and has little tiny bits of stuff floating in it. Yep.
Wait, so the Daydream we had before was green, right?
Yeah, it was green.
Yeah. How old is this stuff? Do you still have it?
I believe Rosie has it.
Didn't you guys give it to Pinball to examine?
Pinball.
Oh yeah, Pinball.
We gave the
Yeah.
mixed one to Pinball to look at, and then we kept the powder.
Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong, Gabby? Please share.
Saldana's not there. She doesn't know, so Gabby's not going to say shit, but Gabby's freaking out.
When aren't? Never mind. All right, so now
Fair.
let's get everyone together. You guys make it to the tea garden. Sildana and Nathan are already there. They've gotten a table for 6. Because no, there's never more than 6 of you there.
I will have to say, because Saldana is the one who saw him first. He's already there when she arrives.
Okay.
And when she arrives, hold up, I gotta put it in the chat for us to all see, and it will go up on Twitter later for everyone else to see. But
You also have to hold up for the audience to take a look at.
now
I gotta figure out a way to share pictures easier.
he is in the
Yeah.
art chat in our private chat. This is what he looks like. His hair is down in a partial ponytail. It keeps it back away from his face. He's clean shaven and he's wearing
Oh my god.
new, very clean, nice looking outfit. He almost looks like a different man.
Yep.
He looks very clean, and he looks a little uncomfortable to be showing this much of his face, but he's standing there kind of tapping his foot, waiting.
And he's clean shaven too. That's different.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
very different. He looks younger.
Wow.
He looks a lot younger, clean shaven.
Can you hold up the picture?
Yeah, I can hold it up on my phone. Oh, no, I have it on my
I'm
sketchbook. What the fuck?
I'm gonna post it here in a second. I'm gonna have it up. That's not bad.
So that compared to the picture that's on his frame.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah, you look 12. That's about right.
He
After
looks.
shaving.
He looks to be in his mid-20s after he shaves. He's in his early 30s, canonically.
I still can't get over the fact you made that in the first goddamn half.
Right?
I already have 2 drawings done, guys.
How
I also drew his mom.
artists are scary. Artists are scary.
I am just ridiculously fast when it comes to art.
Okay,
All of my teachers were mad.
You hear
at
that,
me.
Autumn?
Here's the thing.
Artists are scary. That's the way we talk about our
No. That's not what I mean. Chelsea is scary at how fast she can take notes and the amount of notes she can take. You're scary at how fast you can sketch that amazing. You
Yeah,
two are
I agree.
terrifying forces in your own way. It's
Copy's
amazing.
a hell of a drug.
ADHD is a hell of a drug.
Yep.
Focusing. Ooh, that did not come out.
Anywho, Saldana was coming in when she came into the tea garden. She's still somewhat shaken from her interaction with Jastra. Her mood did get a little better because walking, clearing her head, and also the little gift that Rydell had given her. But they're still. She's keeping herself composed. But as soon as she sees Nathan, she is immediately thrown the fuck off.
And hi.
Hello, you look different. And uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm really glad you could see that, because I kind of am. Hi, Sheldona. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, Nathaniel.
He kind of looks around and notices, like, not many people are here, and he just, you can just call me.
Well, how many people are there, Logan?
Not our group yet.
Oh, no, I know, but the tea gardens in general.
It's fairly full outside. It's about half full inside.
Which I assume we're probably in the inside
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, you can just call me Nathan, right?
I'm not good at saying nicknames. I've been taught to say the formal name.
That's fair. But the only person who really calls me Nathaniel is my uncle. Why do you think I like to call me Nathan?
I will.
You can call me Nathaniel, though. It's okay. Sorry. Do you want to sit down?
Yes. And she'll
Yeah.
sit down.
And they sit down. They just wait for the rest of the party.
Yeah, Nathan will notice that Saldana gets out an ink pen and a bit of ink and goes to her personal journal and seems to be thinking and jots down one name that he would recognize, Tybalt Lockridge.
Why are you writing that? He looks around. Man's name.
No, never mind.
Oh, thank God. Why are you writing his name down?
A request from my mother to do something. I don't wish to speak of it, please.
No, of course. Saldana, of course. I don't want to ever do anything that'd make you uncomfortable. Your comfort is genuinely what's important.
Thank you.
Of course.
Guess I'm just a little off at the moment. But nothing to worry about, just things I need to think about.
Understandable. But if you want to talk, I feel like I'd understand. Considering, well, you know.
Yes, indeed. I assume there's going to be an awkward silence for a bit as they're waiting for the group.
Yep. They're just gonna wait for the group.
All right, so the rest of the group arrives. Probably all together since you just were all together.
Ask
All I am saying, Pip, is that if you needed to put that much more effort into your dance to get your prey attracted to you, that perhaps you should consider making yourself brighter colored. If you add some glitter to your fur, I think it could really work as a great attraction technique.
But then he's got to get the glitter out of his fur.
Why?
People should sit down and talk about this glitter.
It's
People should
very
not
pretty.
trust this glitter.
I have some if you want to see it.
Okay.
Pest will pull out blue glitter out of her bag, a jar of it.
See? It's harmless.
It gets everywhere. Everywhere. It's all over the house. O'Sheen sheds it every time he walks through a room.
You put it on like war paint.
It's not war paint.
What color is this glitter?
It's bright blue.
Oh my god.
Matches his eyes.
You look incredibly fierce and daring.
It itches.
Oh.
Right, and now the trick's trying to get it off.
It comes off my scales just fine.
Are they in the tea garden
Yeah,
yet?
that whole conversation has been inside.
Yeah,
As they're
they
walking
are
over
just
the
gonna
dinner.
have
Again.
watching.
Saldana is too just cringing at the thought of the amount of hours Pip is gonna have to
I
do
love you.
washing the glitter.
Nathan's gonna raise a hand and just over here.
Oh, thank God. And he immediately walks on over and sits down next to Nate.
Yep.
Hey, Owen.
And how's it going on over here?
You have lost your fur.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Not your idea, I take it.
You'd be right to think so. I look like I am a child. and I don't like it.
A scary child.
Thanks, Pip. Good to know.
He's a
that
good look.
I'm not sure that makes it better, Pip.
Yeah, no, good to know that I'm frightening to look at.
No,
You're not.
You're not frightening.
was
I mean,
It was
that's
a
a
compliment.
compliment.
yeah, warriors have good scars. My name is Soxy, by the way, and she puts her
Right,
hand out.
I don't. Oh my god, you're beautiful. And he doesn't shake her
Thank
hand,
you.
but he just kind of nods at her. Sorry, I don't do. I've never met one of your people before. I have to say,
A chitin.
Yes, I believe I've read something. I must have. You are far more beautiful than. Sorry, I'm an ink purveyor, collector. I'm an artist, and your colors are stunning.
Well, thank you. Sil said
Literally.
something similar. I guess
Yeah,
I'm not.
she
I'm
did.
a lot. She kind of looks around at the group. I guess I am a bit more bright than everyone
Well,
else.
He gestures to
Well,
pass.
you and Pesk.
Pesk looks down at her bright magenta scales.
Well, I mean,
Well-
you have quite a few different colors.
I meant. Yeah. I'm sorry, Pesk. I didn't mean you. Also, I
Oh,
mean
no,
you're very
it's-
bright. Also,
And
I think we're
Nathan-
both very brightly colored, and it's pretty. But yeah, we stand out a bit.
Nathan's gonna-
It's to tell my prey that I'm dangerous.
I'm sure. He's gonna lean over to Saldana slightly and go, "You are a rather lovely shade of blue, though."
And she goes purple a little bit.
He notices.
Smooth.
Gabby's like, oh god,
This is new territory for both Sultana and Gabby.
Gabbity.
Gavity! So Nathan's gonna kind of lean back. He probably already has some tea. Just, so, what's on the agenda today, y'all? Pip, what is
Well-
that? Please.
Did-
Pip can teach you mating dance.
I don't plan on doing that for some time, but I really appreciate.
You do not do it when you are mating. You do it to attract a mate.
Oh,
Are you trying to attract a mate?
he blushes a little bit.
So, we actually got a call in from this gentleman. from
Yes,
the
Owen.
clinic.
Yes. Well, I'm very interested in what you have to say right now.
Sure you are.
Mm.
Well, we're on a bit of a scavenger hunt at the moment because we might have an arrangement to get some information on our next lead with the whole substance issue down in my neck of the woods.
So, are you looking about Sultana lowers her voice? The daydream.
Indeed.
The altered one's coming from the temple district, I think.
And correct me if I'm wrong. The stuff we found, we gave Pimble, right?
Yes, to study.
That's right. He's going
And
to
that
examine
stuff, that stuff was like a brighter green, right?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yes.
Brown?
Why?
It wasn't quite the same color as me, and she gestures at her
I don't
face.
think much
It
is.
is much darker than you, yes.
That's true.
Probably closer to rosy skin color, maybe. Maybe a little more sickly looking.
Yeah. Seems we have a new development, and he'll look around and make sure no one's like watching, and just plop it on the table, just so it's in view of those at the table.
Well, that's very different looking.
What's that? Is that
Wrong
something
color.
different?
That's what from the gnome, right?
What
Yeah.
color is it again?
What now?
It's red.
Red.
Is it like wait? Oh,
And junky.
some things when they get older they turn color.
There was another patient, and
Did you do the treat? Did you do what I thought?
it didn't. Soxy used lay on hands, but same outcome. But he was so far gone. It was really. If we didn't, he was definitely going to die.
That's true. Nothing had really helped. He seemed to do better for a little while, and then it all got worse, and it was basically, for lack of a better phrase coming to mind, it was basically a do or die sort of situation. So we took a chance.
And we learned something in the process. It doesn't just affect humans.
But Holly still thinks I murdered people.
Holly thinks a lot of things. She's good at what she does, and she has the right motives.
Holly
Talking
can go
about
suck an egg.
Yeah, that.
Chitin eggs are very big. It would hurt.
Sure.
Pip has
Alright.
done this. Pip can confirm.
Saxy looks at you like, the fuck?
We're just learning all kinds of new things about you today, friend.
I don't want to know. I don't think.
You really don't.
Good to know. Also, what is that smell?
Anal secretions.
Beg pardon?
We were in the clinic.
I feel like there's more to that comment than you just gave, but I'm
Oh,
going to
no,
let slide
there
because I don't
is.
think
Yeah,
I
no,
want
we're
to
gonna-
totally know.
Saldana, darling, I think we're gonna leave that one there.
Agreed.
I'm gonna put a pin in that one.
Darling, is this word meaning that you are
that was a slip of the tongue.
Annie, the situation at hand.
Yes, Saldana, situation at hand.
I feel like, well, if it wasn't what I had previously assumed that turned him, it puts a small hole in my theory.
Still a divine magic. So just because it wasn't lesser restoration doesn't mean it wasn't a divine magic.
Or
You better-
it could be the sudden removal of the drug.
That could
It
be
could
it.
just be
That,
anything that just suddenly removes it.
which would be what we did.
Right, we're removing the toxin but leaving the air shale.
Kurt Bramblenot walks up. Kind of got this little belly there. He kind of pats it. Everyone enjoying?
Yes, thank you.
Can
Excellent.
I actually
yes?
get just a full carafe of coffee if you don't mind?
Yes, coffee. All right. Could I interest you in a private table?
I assume
Sure.
we'd all been speaking softly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he
Yes.
He definitely didn't hear you, unless he's got really good hearing. Halfling, maybe
Sure.
6 foot tall.
That might be
halfling.
nice.
I don't see
Yeah,
why
on
not.
the back patio. If you don't mind picking up your tea, we'll go this way.
Thank you.
Owen,
All right.
Very much. I really appreciate it. Your coffee will be on the house. And he guys up back. He holds the door open, kind of leans back as Pip walks by.
Can
And,
Saldana get a read on his body language?
He's not being too obvious. Everyone else has kind of got it. I think, at least most people.
It's
Yeah.
You
Pip
are
is
bothering the other patrons with your stench, and he is offering
Gotcha.
a
Okay.
private, nice
Sorry,
little.
that's the-
So you guys
paranoia in me.
You guys didn't even know there was a table out here, but there's actually a really nice table. It's almost like a chef's table type thing. But he obviously only uses it for himself or private, but it looks like they made it up really nice, just as nice as any table inside. And there's actually a little tea cart out there, so you can grab whatever you want, whatever you need, and just let me know, and we'll be out to check on you, all right?
You're a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, kindly.
No, thank you. And he
he'll-
goes back
he'll
inside
toss
and start opening
Yeah.
jars of tea and placing them on different tables.
It's gonna tip generously before they leave.
Same.
Okay, so you got your own little private table on the back balcony. You would guess nobody inside. You can't hear anybody inside or anybody on the outside because that's on the front of the building. Occasionally, there's a boat going by that might be able to hear you, but that's it.
Now, you touched on something. Nathan, you think the difference in colors simply because it might be out of date?
Well, the thing is, some things like, example, have you ever had a copper? Copper changes color. It oxidizes. So it will change from a copper brown to a green. And things like some fruit, when they ripen, they change color. So perhaps this is something along the same vein of thought. Maybe its age depends on its color, and that could change the chemical compound, how it works.
Could have been more potent if it with age.
Yeah, it happens with pigmentation as well, with
Yeah.
my paints and my inks.
You mean like wet blood versus dry blood?
Similar, yes. It's the same vein of thought.
Vein of blood.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Did not intend it. But yeah, Owen. And
Well,
I had sorry, one last thing.
yeah.
You said divine magics. You think that could also potentially have an effect?
Well,
What about arcane magics?
We don't know.
the problem is because the divine magics were the only ones that were being used to cure. Your lay enhances a divine ability, Saldana and my lesser restoration is a divine ability. The air shell's not the poison. So if they're using the air shell enhanced daydream, when we lay on hands or lesser restoration, we're removing the drug,
But not
but
the
not the
air
air shell.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, Pesk. That really does.
That's
It does.
what were you thinking, Owen?
Well, that makes sense. I'm also. There has to be some sort of connection to a certain supply, at this point, my best guess is someone's lacing the stuff with the air shell or the tainted air shell. And that means we need to figure out who's doing that. And,
Well, so far we know that the people who have been turned to Goa so far, all of their supplies have come from the Temple District. So it's got to be somewhere in there.
Fact. You have that confirmed.
Well, that's where you guys were taken for the first victim, and we were.
Where were the other two found, though? Did they say that they were found somewhere?
They said they were found in the Temple District as they were coming into the Temple District into the slums to the doctors.
I don't think that was ever confirmed.
I thought it was.
I saw that part, and I don't. Again, Saldana's not there, so she can't do that. But I don't.
Maybe I missed something because I thought we'd confirmed that they had been found in the Temple District, but maybe not.
I don't remember that for the other two.
I don't remember confirmation of it.
I remember talking about it, but I don't remember it being confirmed.
Are you absolutely sure, Pesk, that they were all from the Temple District?
Pretty sure, but I mean, there's a chance I could be wrong. I wouldn't be the first time or the last.
Well, then,
It's a fault.
If we manage to get any information from this new contact, and it happens that there's a new supplier or someone doing something new operating out of the Temple District, we might just have a lead.
It also have to be someone who has a decent understanding of airshell. Obviously not a full one. Airshell's properties aren't widely known so far as I know, so this would have to be someone who understands that it can be used to make it potent. Someone who understands the properties, or at least some of the properties that airshell has.
So like an alchemist or perhaps a mason worker.
Perhaps. Or someone who did a lot of research in their time.
A goer would know everything about airshell.
Yeah.
That's true, but I mean, as far as we know, there's no signs that Syl knows anything about it. I mean, we've seen her.
Syl is one goer.
I know. I mean,
No, it doesn't.
The only two people that we would know of who would have any kind of information would be Afra or Pinball.
I'd like to say that I trust Pinball enough to think that.
I ain't trusting anyone right now.
We did get some information from Pinball, as you probably saw in the journals, but he made a slight connection. He made the same conclusion that I did in terms of magic and the airshell being used.
Is Gabby's audio going in and
Yeah,
out?
Gab, can you give us a mic check?
God damn it. Yeah,
we heard that
audio
loud
is
and clear.
It keeps going in and out, babe.
Oh,
No, Nathan's just did too.
Oh, nope,
Yes,
it's because
hold on.
Logan's God mic is
it's stream
on.
wide. It's stream wide.
For some reason,
It's-
my foot pedal was getting pushed under my foot. I apologize.
Oh.
Ah.
Logan
it
was
your
God miking us.
It was God miking.
Go ahead, back in character.
What is a god when you don't believe in him?
We can complain
I
non-verbally.
totally don't
Logan.
remember what I was
Love
talking
you
about.
too,
I
love
can
you
do
We
the
all
stream
have
off.
2 hands.
I can turn the stream off. But only one of you can sign a complaint at me. Not including a middle finger. Maybe 2. All right, 2. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Anywho.
Yeah, back at you.
I know sign language, Logan.
Anywho, I don't remember where I was.
Owen was mistrustful of many people.
Well, you're in
That's
probably California somewhere, I would think. But, whatever. All right, good.
Ha 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 ha. Boo.
Wait, what do you mean when you saw that, Jay? Jay, what do you mean you saw? Do I have to go back and review
Oh
the
no,
video?
Joe. That was Joe.
It was Jay saying it, though.
He saw something. I know, but he
you
saw
don't need
something that
that's
Joe
between
did.
that's between
I'm
me
gonna-
and Jay. You
I'm
don't
gonna
need
go
to
back.
know.
I gotta review this video. What timestamp are we at? Oh crap! I don't have a timestamp.
We were
Okay.
theorizing. Hold on. Just we keep getting new information, and some of it's it's an annoying balance. Getting some confirmations and then some plot holes being thrown into my theory. It's frustrating.
At the moment, we definitely don't have all the information, that's for sure.
So, then, do we go and see the sample? I mean, last time I tried to ask Afra for help, she didn't really.
I don't think she can help. I don't think this is her level of knowledge.
She
Yeah.
didn't seem to really know much beyond. She didn't really seem to even know much about the decomposition.
To be fair, I don't really trust Afra anyway, so.
That too.
To
I
be
haven't
honest,
really seen her since the whole.
yeah, to be
thing.
honest, we need to be careful no matter who we're talking about at this point because we don't know where this is coming from, and there's a limited number of people that know anything about the air shale, let alone enough to know that it would enhance something.
That's honestly why at this point I'm most comfortable working with this juice fella because I know for a fact I cannot trust him. Which
Who?
means he is
Juice.
a. Oh yeah, we didn't fill you in on that.
No, you met a man named Juice.
Just filled us on about the gnome.
Yeah, we have a new friend.
That's a strange word for him.
I mean, to be honest, I liked him. He was pretty funny. But he was. You remember that a while back, some of us went over and went onto a boat, took some stuff from the boat,
Yes, I'm aware.
and then, yeah.
The Zozo
Um,
juice.
Indeed. During the process, I may have received a package of sorts entirely by accident by pretending to be someone I wasn't, and it turns out I was pretending to be Juice. He came looking for that package, and turns out it's not what I thought it was. And in exchange for a couple items we're working on procuring, he said he'd look into his contacts, see if he could get us information on anyone working in the Temple District, anyone new up and coming in Daydream, really any helpful info.
Did Pip did not rescue you?
You did in a way.
Oh, poor Pip.
He's so
Owen.
sad.
He's so
Owen,
heartbroken.
Owen, I'm afraid you just broke poor Pip's heart.
It's all right.
Pip
For
is
you.
not sure if tears are from disappointment or from glitter.
Okay, no los dos.
Glitter always makes me laugh and smile, so I don't think it's the glitter.
You know,